We get lots of inquiries for the Blam Partnership Program, lots of people that are looking to start a business. Sometimes it's the first time, sometimes they've had multiple businesses. In fact, interestingly, some of our most successful franchisees and some of the most successful franchisees that I've met, not just in the Blam Partnership Program, are people that have bought franchises before. Because once you get the idea in your head about how you can apply somebody else's model and you do it verbatim and you know that it's successful, then you can really make things fly quickly. So when we're looking at people that are inquiring with the Blam Partnership Program, it's really important for us to understand that first and foremost, this is absolutely fundamental, is that they are professional people. So that means if they book an appointment, they turn up on time. And if they don't turn up on time, that they're really apologetic or they cancel beforehand. And that's one of the things I'm really keen on figuring out. Typically, if you book an appointment with a professional person that is the person that's delivering the franchise information to you, and you are disrespectful or blasé about that appointment, it's a really good indicator for me straight away that they're not going to be a great franchisee, because it means that they're typically a bit unreliable and not really that professional. And when they turn up to the appointment and we do the first demonstration of what it's all about, are they asking the right kinds of questions? So if you want to be a successful business person, one of the key traits of an entrepreneur is being inquisitive. And I think curiosity and being inquisitive are such fantastic traits to have. And we expect that when people are looking into the Blam Partnership Program. And in fact, in any franchise, you should be inquisitive. So I see it as a really good sign when we get somebody who asks lots and lots of questions. In fact, some of our best franchisees, I remember back when they first inquired, they would send us a really big list of all these questions that they want answered. And I see that as a fantastic, way of understanding how their mind works. And I kind of expect it. On the other hand, we do sometimes get people who are just so dynamic, they're such action takers, that they ask all the questions in the first call and then they just want to crack on. That's another good sign for us, somebody who's an action taker, somebody who makes decisions quickly, because we know they're going to move quickly through the training. They're typically going to take on board what we tell them, and that means that they're going to get moving quicker. They might make mistakes quicker, but speed is a really important part of success, and so we see that as a good sign as well. And these traits are things that I would analyze in yourselves, because if you come from a corporate background and you've not run a business before, people tend to have, without even realizing it, what I call corporate apathy. And corporate apathy is when, you may be familiar with this, people want a meeting about a meeting about a meeting. People tend to put stuff off another week and then another week, and they don't move with speed. They don't really have that entrepreneurial drive that means that you want to get things done quickly. And so that doesn't mean that it completely rules them out with us as a partner, but it does mean that we need to point it out to them and readjust how it is to run a small, dynamic, entrepreneurial business. There's a phrase that I absolutely love. You'll hear me say it all the time, and it's money loves speed. And that means that you can make informed decisions quickly when you're in business. It means you can make mistakes quickly, but you can actually rectify them quickly. And getting into that mindset can sometimes be quite difficult for people that have been indoctrinated into that corporate philosophy, that's typically a lot slower moving. So all these different traits are what we evaluate. And it doesn't necessarily mean that we rule people out if they don't show all these things. But just like I did with a call yesterday, I will point this out to people to help them understand. Because if you go into a business from being a corporate type person with that kind of slow, methodical approach, it doesn't necessarily mean you are going to be unsuccessful, but it definitely means it's going to take you far longer than it needs to. And so embracing that philosophy of using speed and addressing things with urgency doesn't necessarily mean you need to be gung-ho or irresponsible with your decisions. It's just you learn to evaluate, weigh up all the options, and then make decisions quickly in an entrepreneurial way. You can learn that and you can apply it, and that's part of the coaching that we help people get their heads around when they join the Blam Partnership Program. And then going right back to what I said at the beginning, we've got a system and a process, just like most franchises, that is designed to give you the quickest way to success. and embracing that and following it like a robot, templated it. So just following all the processes is the quickest way to success. And quite often when we get people that have bought franchises before and been successful, or we get people that, have been successful in business before and want to buy a franchise because they understand that, we often find that these guys are also the best kind of franchisees for us. So if you're interested in any more of this, please like, subscribe. If you want to ask questions or find out more about the Blam Partnership Program, then you can get in touch below. But I'm here to help budding entrepreneurs inquire and find out about franchises, find out about what it's like to run a business. I'd love to answer more of your questions, and I'll see you on the next one.